Um, I'll probably be analyzing through some of my videos, seeing which ones will keep, which ones I don't. But I'm going to make this one quite snappy, and I have to say it, get off my chest. Um, looking at cyberspace, looking at all the comments coming from my fellow Pacquiao fans, I have to say it's disheartening. Um, it's disheartening because it's so crude and so the sort of things that people are saying, I think are called for. Um, this message is directly for other Pacquiao fans out there, and I hope you will be open-minded enough to try and understand what I'm getting at here. One of the main things that's one of the main forms of criticism that is going against Floyd Mayweather is that he is a card. Now, I really, really don't understand how you can call someone a card when they go into a ring in front of thousands of hostile people. If you believe you can do that yourself, then you can call them a card, right? But the fact of the matter is, 99.9% of the people who are saying that will never do it themselves. So calling Floyd Mayweather a card is ridiculous. He has a running style, which means he is literally, as it says, running around the ring. He's fast. He's the hugging thing I don't like much. Okay, I can see the criticism with that, but it just bugs me when people disrespect the fighter by calling him a card, especially in light of what he done. Um, it's ridiculous. I mean, most of the people saying it would never ever enter a ring themselves, so I think it's disgusting, quite frankly. And I'm saying this as a Pacquiao fan, believe it or not. People might not believe that, but as a person and a boxer, I much prefer Manny Pacquiao. But I just don't like the response that some of my fellow Pacquiao fans are coming up with here. We have to accept the fact that Floyd Mayweather won the fight. Hit and don't get hit. That is the main principle about boxing. It isn't to go in and be bloodied up. That's not the main principle of boxing. So Mayweather done everything he had to do. Um, and I just feel that that sort of rhetoric doesn't do anything for the sport of boxing, actually. You might say that the fight damaged the sport, and maybe it did, but those attitudes don't help either. I mean, what I find interesting about this is one of the reasons I respect Manny so much is because he is humble and respectful, and he's a good sportsman. But a lot of his fans don't replicate his own philosophy. A lot of Pacquiao fans are incredibly. It's like they outright hate Floyd Mayweather, and I'm thinking, right, I get that you're disappointed. I'm disappointed as well. I really am. But this is a sporting event. I mean, do you want what exactly did you want in there? Because it's like Mayweather was fighting not only Pacquiao but an entire hostile crowd, and I'm certain to think that they would only be satisfied if it had been a KO. Now, I understand where that comes from because from a fight perspective, definitely is more exciting. But I don't really have much time for some of the things that are going around right now. I can understand the criticism of Mayweather. I do get that, like the hugging technique especially. That's I don't like it, but I don't like the sort of attitude that he's a card because he isn't. Not in that situation, he's not. And that doesn't mean I like him. It doesn't mean that I support him, but I just don't think that sort of rhetoric should be used for any fighter. And I also think there's a partisanism in this. A lot of Filipinos are attacking Floyd just because he beat Manny, and that's you need to be more respectful, or at least I'm not going to say you have to respect Floyd necessarily, but at least respect the sport enough to not use that sort of trash language, that sort of trash talk, because I don't think it's a benefit to the sport. I really don't. So, we have what the situation is, and I think a lot of this is the financial aspect. People paid a lot of money, they feel let down. But what I would say is, if you pay money for a Floyd Mayweather fight or a fight that he's in, then do you really expect him to change his style? He's not going to do that just to please. Well, I mean, why would Mayweather change his style to please Pacquiao fans? It makes no sense when he knows that style wins. Um, he's a very rich man, and I guess a lot of the people who watch this, might feel aggrieved about it because he's making a massive, massive amount of money for seemingly not doing that much. But what people need to understand is boxers take risks every second of every fight. Just because Mayweather makes it look like he's sort of fighting in a way that isn't taking risk doesn't mean that there isn't risk there. Pacquiao is a very dangerous fighter. He's a power puncher. He's a very dangerous fighter, and he's a world-class boxer. So to say that Mayweather stepping into a ring with him isn't taking, Mayweather is somehow not taking risks is bullshit. It is just ridiculous. I know I probably won't get much support for this video. Some other Pacquiao fans might think I'm a traitor or something. But the point is this, I am disappointed. I just don't like the sort of attitude that people are coming out with, or at least if you're going to criticize it, then at least do it in an adult way. I mean, why is it so many boxing fans have such a childish mentality where they can't make an argument without throwing out mudslinging insults against the rival fighter? It just pisses me off, quite honestly. I don't think Floyd Mayweather's a card. I think his style is frustrating, and I do think he's arrogant, and I do think the money he makes is way too much. But it's people need to really be aware of what they're saying because the thing is, a lot of these people are probably not bad people. They're not like sadists or something. I think most of them are probably decent people, but it desensitizes them. They don't realize what they're saying. And when they really step back and think about it, no fighter deserves to be spoken about in those terms.